Shalom, welcome to Tactically Torah. I am Heath Hayes. Today I just wanted to talk to you about something that's very simple. Life happens. It does, man. The sun, what is that proverb? The sun rises on the wicked the same as it does. This is obviously a massive paraphrase. But the sun rises and sets on the wicked just as much as it does on the the righteous. You know, good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people. Life happens. That is what it is. But just because bad things happen, I think it's very important for people to understand and recognize that just because bad things happen, that does not mean it's an attack of the enemy. You could be a victim of circumstance. Case in point, the house that my wife and I live in currently, it was built in 1962. One of the septics that is on the house is the original septic from the house. It's only 400 gallons. We were told today, as a matter of fact, I just got off the phone with my wife, that the septic is shut. We literally, just last Friday, might have been last Thursday, had it pumped. Had the septics pumped, both of them. We've got a 1,000-gallon septic on one side of the house and a 400-gallon septic on the other side of the house. Well, the problem is the 400-gallon septic feeds the majority of the house, or is the prominent septic used. So naturally, by default, because it is the original septic of the house and it is severely undersized, it don't want to work no more. That's a bad situation. And right now it's kind of looking like it's going to be about $4,500 to fix it. Essentially in the means of installing a new septic that will be significantly larger, probably around the 1,250 gallon range, like it should, to supply the house with how large the house is. That's what the house needs. So with that said, I mean, obviously we're going to see what it'll take as far as cost, or even if it's possible to get the house rerouted to the other septic. It's like I said, we've got a 1,000-gallon septic on the other side of the house. But if it's not possible, like I said, but the point is, the septic went bad. That joker is almost 70 years old. That is an old septic. Or 60 years old, you know, whatever. The thing's old. You're not getting around that. Sometimes you are a victim of circumstance, and that just happens to be our circumstances. Now, I do know personally that I know personally people who would say, oh, well, you got hit by a tornado and you got this and this and this, all kinds of things happen to you, and now all of a sudden your septic is bad. That's just one attack of the enemy after another. Maybe. But you know what? Throughout this entire ordeal, the Father has changed my vision in many ways, more than one. He's actually he's actually healed my vision. I'm no longer wearing contacts or glasses. So there's that within this whole ordeal. You know, I can think of many opportunities to praise the Father just because He has provided and provided and provided and provided. So there's one thing, you know, just to take a look at your circumstances. What's your mentality? I know AVT talks about this stuff a lot, man. He's you know, just from my observation, I am not a client of his by any means. And I certainly wouldn't be shy if I were a client of his. But, you know, a lot of what he talks about, you know, has very sound biblical backing, and a lot of it comes down to your own mentality. You take just your spiritual walk in general. I don't care what you believe in, but you take your spiritual walk. About 98% of the battle that you deal with on a daily basis, or even 90% of your walk with your God, is between your own two ears. It's up here, man. So, what's your mentality? If you truly believe, you know, something is going on spiritually, are you going to curse your God for it? Or choose to see all the good and the blessing that has come about because of it? That's my mentality. I'd much rather see the blessing in it. You know, no doubt it sucks. No doubt this is $4,500 that's coming out of my pocket. But at the very same time, I could argue that I just got a stimulus bill that now, essentially, the government paid for a new septic on my house, and that money doesn't have to come out of my pocket now. You know what I'm saying? The Father has provided. The Father is faithful in His provision, and all things work out for the good of those who love Him. All things, good and bad, it doesn't matter. So if you love the Most High, if you are a true follower of Yeshua, and you truly love Him, I'm telling you that the Father is faithful. He's going to take care of you regardless of your circumstances. That's all I got. Bless you guys. Love you. Read your Bible. Keep a positive mentality. Don't be victim of circumstances. Be one to praise. Love you guys.